Hi, and welcome to Cat Run Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin, and today we are going to be reviewing Snot Girl, number 4. Okay, so if you haven't read 1 through 3 or you didn't see my review for it, please stop now and check out my review for 1 through 3. But if you just want a really brief synopsis of what happened, we get introduced to the blogger known as Lottie Person. She's very famous, everybody follows her, and basically her life looks perfect. Very glamorous, not a hair out of place, always in an amazing outfit. Everyone worships the ground she walks on, right? Well, in real life, that couldn't be any farther from the truth. She's a complete mess. Not only does this woman have some of the worst allergies you can think of and just sinus drainage problems, but she's just neurotic, and she's so uncomfortable with herself. She doesn't have any real friends. You know, she's got a horrible relationship with her now ex-boyfriend. And yeah, so in the first issue, she meets a girl named Caroline, who she dubs as Cool Girl, and she believes that this girl could be the first real friend she could actually have. Well, long story short, the girl trips on some pills and ends up smashing her head open, and there's blood everywhere, so she thinks she killed her. Jump ahead a couple issues into number 4. We start out with Caroline and Lottie speaking to each other at a party, and you go through Caroline waking up in her own blood, and Lottie's asking her what had happened at that party, or what had happened in the bar, in the bathroom. And Caroline says, "What are you talking about? You went to the bathroom and I never saw you again. I just stayed at the bar and kept drinking." Well, as you can see, that didn't actually happen because there was blood everywhere. Anywho, you don't see any kind of an injury to Caroline's head, but this takes place after what had happened in the 3rd issue with Lottie throwing Charlene in the pool. So there's a lot of people who hate her. Caroline ends up helping her get out of the party. And the very next day, she goes to see her doctor, and she's talking to him about the side effects of this new prescription that he put her on. And she's talking about mixing her pills with alcohol, what potential side effects that could be, because she's not 100% sure if what she's seeing is real and what's going on around her is real or not. So he asked her what exactly had happened that she's so concerned about, and one of the things that pops into her head is to tell him that she threw another girl in the pool and started yelling at her. And then there's this really uncomfortable panel when it gets red, and he says, "I'm sorry, but that sounds hot." Very next page, she's uncomfortable. He straightens his glasses, and she asks him if she should put her shirt back on now. So we're not sure whether or not that actually happened or if that was in her mind. This new doctor, Rick, who's filling in for her allergist, is kind of a skis, so I really wouldn't put that past him. You know. Anywho, going into some people are giving her some hate for what happened at the party. And Lottie doesn't really know how to deal with hate on any of her things. And her intern, Esther, just landed herself a new job, and she's a little concerned about telling Lottie about it. I don't think she wants to hurt Lottie. I think she likes her and she cares about her. And instead of telling her, she instead insists that she goes to another party that's coming up, to try to get her mind off what had happened. And, it's a party from the same girl whose party she just ruined. But you deal with more awkward situations There's this really random moment where she's discussing where their other friend, aka Cute Girl, is. Apparently, Cute Girl is in Tokyo. And she's saying that she's spending the day shopping. She's buying 2 of everything that is cute. One for her and one for her twin Lottie. Which, if you'll recall, in the last issue, both Lottie and Cute Girl were wearing the same dress at a party. And that was very embarrassing for Lottie. And if you're a girl and you've ever been at a party and another girl shows up wearing the same outfit as you, that can get a little annoying. So, just saying. But she ends up taking a selfie because, you know, she got all dolled up for it. Why not? She's going to post it online. She's a fashion blogger. Well, then her ex-boyfriend walks up behind her and inserts himself in the selfie. And she's not really sure what all's going on here. And she feels like they're having a moment, but then he kind of just completely turns on her. And she's not sure whether or not their relationship was even a good one. Like I've said, she's having a lot of ups and downs with this new prescription. And, you know, it's one big emotional roller coaster for her right at this moment. But she decides to go back to her apartment. And she runs into the detective that we met in the last issue, that apparently thinks that she is just the definition of the perfect woman. And he introduces himself. He has no real official reason to be there, but he has decided that he needs to meet her. But he goes into telling her that he's read her blog and that he's a fan. And you can see what he's thinking about her. He says, "But I feel like I know you. I see you between the lines, the real Lottie person, and she seems like an incredible human being." When I read through this and I'm seeing what he's saying to her, and then you see what he's actually thinking about her, it's a little stalkerish, a little creepy. Like, it goes a little farther than just a guy that thinks that she's really pretty, or that thinks like, oh, this is my dream girl. It kind of gets a little uncomfortable when you're reading through it. But I don't know exactly how he put 2 and 2 together. But he ended up giving her the pills from that night, and they're covered in blood, because he thought she'd want those back. So, of course, Lottie is concerned. Right now, she's not sure whether or not what happened to Caroline actually happened, but now there are these bloody pills. Caroline said nothing happened. She thought it might have all been in her head, but now she doesn't know. She doesn't know. And this is the thing that ticks me off about this series, because it gets you wrapped up in it and you're so invested and you want to know what happens next, and then it ends in a cliffhanger. I'm loving Snot Girl. I love what Brian O'Malley is doing with this series. It's written really well. The art's really fun. The next issue is actually going to be the last issue from this first storyline, this first arc that's going on. And I gotta tell you, I am not looking forward to seeing this first arc end, because the way a lot of Image books come out, they do an arc and then they have a hiatus before they do another one. I'm not sure whether or not this book is taking a hiatus. I haven't really looked into it yet, but I'm really worried that they're going to take a hiatus, because without I Hate Fairyland and without Snot Girl, it's going to be kind of dull. I mean, this is one of the books that I always have to read as soon as I get a hold of it. It is amazing. If you're not reading this, you should be. It's fantastic. You don't even have to be a girl or really into fashion to really like it. It's hilarious. Yeah, so give me a like if you like this video. Comment below and tell me if you're reading Snot Girl and what some of your highlights from this series so far are. And subscribe to my channel for more comic book content, or check out any of the older videos I have for offer here on Cat Run Figures. Like I said, I already reviewed 1 through 3, so give that a check. And until next time, my good people, I'm your host Caitlin, and this has been Cat Run Figures. Bye!